Naïve Validity by Julian Mersey and Lorenzo Rossi. The paper was published in Cite in 2021 and it deals with the topic of semantic paradoxes and substructural logics. The main question that the paper addresses is whether a non-classical solution to the semantic paradoxes, such as the liar paradox and Curry's paradox, must abandon some of the classical structural rules of logic, such as contraction and transitivity. The authors argue that there is a coherent notion of validity that supports a positive answer to this question, naïve validity. Naïve validity is an object-linguistic predicate that applies to arguments and is governed by intuitive principles that are inconsistent with the classical structural rules over sufficiently expressive base theories. For example, one of the principles says that if an argument is valid, then it is naively valid. Another principle says that if an argument is naively valid, then its conclusion is true. These principles lead to paradoxes when applied to self-referential arguments, such as Curry's paradox. The authors defend the coherence of naïve validity against some objections raised by Field, 2017, who argued that naïve validity principles do not admit of a coherent reading and that they are either trivial or inconsistent. The authors show that Field's objections rely on some assumptions that are not shared by the proponents of naïve validity, such as the assumption that validity must be reflexive. The authors also introduce a generalization of naïve validity, called grounded validity, which is a non-reflexive notion of validity based on Kripke's 1975 notion of grounded truth. Grounded validity avoids some of the problems that afflict naïve validity, such as the fact that it validates some intuitively invalid arguments. The authors suggest that grounded validity can be seen as a natural candidate for a substructural logic of semantic paradox.